Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, so it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. As you see, I have the divination board out. And before we do the one question, one answer, we're going to do 2 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold for 3 seconds. So let's breathe in, release, breathe in, release. Now I will give you a moment to think of the question that you would like to ask the divination board. Okay. Okay, and now I will begin. Okay, collective. The consistency that I have is April, October, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, K and L, Wednesday, and unknown. The consistency that I have collective is April, October, Libra, Scorpio, Wednesday, unknown, K and L, and Taurus. Okay. So take that in account to whatever question that you asked. Okay. And we will tap into the tarot here. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Okay. Okay. One more shuffle. Okay. All right, those fell out. I'll leave them there. Let's collect the things now. Okay. Okay. I'll take them. There are no coincidences, just confirmation. These first 2 cards that we have here, collective, we have the Empress and the 6 of Pentacles. And so with the 6 of Pentacles, this is the energy of, desiring a situation of equal give and take, some form of reciprocity in your life, okay? And maybe possibly in your past experiences, you have had maybe situations or connections where there wasn't an equal give and take. Maybe you felt like you were doing all the work to maintain the connection, whether this was romantic, a friendship, or a business partnership. So you are desiring or have been desiring to change those circumstances when it comes to different types of connections that you are entangled in, okay? And so the next card that came out behind that, while I was shuffling, Spirit wanted me to leave it out, was the Empress. And so this Empress energy here, this is the energy of someone who has experienced equal give and take. So I'm picking up that you are working on progressing in your life, what you allow. I'm picking up the energy of someone who is setting boundaries. You're only dealing with and entangling with people, excuse me, confirmation, who want to, give you reciprocity, who desires, not one, but who desires to return the energy that you put out. You are no longer dealing with situations that are one-sided, male or female, okay? Maybe in the past also, when you were unaware, we all have moments and times in our lives when we are unaware, when we're coming into the development of who we are. So we will make mistakes, okay? You could have been at a point where you were unable to recognize that it was not your responsibility to carry all the weight in different relationships or partnerships. And as you develop into the person that you are today, you recognize that it takes two people to be involved, whether it's you dating, romantically, whether it's a business partnership or friendship, any kind of connection. Two people, both parties have to reciprocate and take action and be involved. It cannot be a one-sided endeavor or situation. And so you are taking notice of this, and you're making sure that moving forward, that you're not allowing anyone into your life that is not going to um, yeah, I'm hearing pooper get off the pot. If they're not going to be involved and show and express that they have respect for you, admiration for you, liking you, loving you, or they respect who you are as a person, you're not dealing with it. So you're setting your boundaries, but not only setting them, collective, you're enforcing your boundaries. And so Spirit is saying, before I move on, be prepared. What I'm about to say, you may say, I've already experienced it, but this may pee off a lot of people. When people don't have control over you, or they can't have their way with you, it makes people feel some type of way. So Spirit is saying, be prepared for a lot of people to maybe call you uppity. You're acting funny. You've changed, and tell them, of course I've changed. I'm supposed to, you know, but be prepared for that. And so I'm picking up, maybe a lot of you probably, like, look, I've already been there, done that, but continue to make these changes in your life. We all of us desire to live a life of peace and comfort and happiness. And when it comes to happiness, we all have a different definition of what happiness is, just like we all have a different definition of what success is. But it's up to us individually to take action to make sure that we are satisfied in our own lives. And I'm picking up that you are taking action. You're not just talking about it. You're not someone to just engage on the topic. You're actually making sure that you are incorporating the things that you have learned over time. So the knowledge that you have learned when it comes to dating, when it comes to having a friendship, business partnerships, how you interact with your family, even if it's a family member and you're doing all the calling and checking on and everything is one-sided, well, that's a relationship that, hey, there's no reciprocity there either. So, and Spirit is saying, you're supposed to receive just as much as you give out. And so you're done with that part of your life. Okay. The next card we have here is strength. It's taking you a lot of strength to overcome a lot of heartache, and also I'm hearing trust. Maybe there have been some connections that's caused you to lose trust in people as well, and heartache and pain as well. A lot of disappointment, because as I was speaking earlier, like I just said, you put out and gave out a lot of your time, your energy, your effort, but it was never ever given back to you in return. And over time, you found yourself feeling depleted from this energy, and that's where the heartache and the disappointment come in at. And it took you a lot of strength to maintain yourself and to be here to recalibrate your energy and to move forward. And so when I say you are stronger now and you're only dealing with a certain type of people, who wants to respect you in return, and I'm not saying that you're arrogant or haughty. This is not the energy of someone who is holding resentment, or oh, I'm going to get even with the world. They were cruel towards me. This is my get back season. No, no, no. I'm speaking of someone who is very mature enough and taking accountability for the mistakes that you've made in the past. And that's how you were able to recognize that, wait a minute, I'm putting out more than I'm receiving. When you were dating, maybe you're doing all the calling or the, hey, boo boo, I miss you text messages, or maybe when holidays, Valentine's Day or birthday came up, maybe your gifts were always bigger than your spouse's gifts. Okay. I'm just using these things as examples. So you're tired of being the one who's going above and beyond, and everyone else is just like mediocre, or like, you're the one to show up to the birthday party with the big box, going the extra mile. You probably got someone serenading them, bringing flowers, and you're like, oh, baby, I got a massage for us later. And then next week we're going on vacation. And they're like, cool, here's your gift. Like a drop in the bucket. So you're changing that. And so it's not that you're going around pointing like, I'm mad at you. No, you're changing the way you love, the way you give your energy out to people. You're being more mindful. And so I'm picking up there are people who notice this and whom you no longer deal with from your past who may want to approach you and they have not approached you because they know that you have changed. They know that you have changed. They recognize there has been some change and they don't know how to deal with this new you collective. It's a new you going on and they don't know how to deal with it. Yeah, people are, I'm not going to say terrified, but, in the past, like I said, you were very given. You were predictable. Well, you're unpredictable in this new season. And you're unpredictable in the right way. You're very confident. You're putting yourself first. You have a lot more respect for yourself. You're not allowing anyone to take advantage. You're not only having boundaries, but you're setting them. So a person can say, that they have limits and boundaries, but if they aren't enforcing them, it really doesn't mean, well, it doesn't hold any weight in their life. So, but you're enforcing it. So, yes, there are people who would like to approach you, but they have not approached you. They want to come in and say hello. This could be people just want to see what's up, see what you're doing. Maybe some want to come be nosy. We always have our group of people who just want to reattach to be nosy, see what you got going on. Then we have our haters, and we have our toxic people. Then there are some genuine people who just want to say, hey, what's up? And be nosy. And it's okay, but they're not willing to approach you because this new you, they don't know how to even communicate with you, Spirit is saying. And this is not a bad thing. This is a wonderful thing. This means that you are doing the work. This means that you are, respecting yourself, prioritizing, practicing self-preservation. And it is seen, it's heard, and it is felt, Spirit is saying, that it is a new you. Now I'm here, new sheriff in town. Okay? A whole new you. You are not who you used to be. So if they are intimidated and don't want to approach you, it's because their reasons for gathering is not for, your highest good, evidently, because if you have pure intentions and you just want to say hello, how you doing, you shouldn't be afraid or intimidated to step to the collective and say, hey, I just want to say hi, and keep it moving. But if you have any nefarious intentions or you're trying to plot, plan, and strategize against the collective, then yeah, I could see a person being kind of nervous. So yeah, say hi and bye, throw a deuce in the air and keep going. But it looks like these people, evidently, that's just my opinion. It's nothing to fear. If a person has changed, they're supposed to change. We all are supposed to be changing in our own way each and every day of our lives. At our own speed, in our own way, personally. And so you're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to have different desires and interests as you move forward. And I got a lot of readings that I've done on that. When a person's desires change, that's natural, and evidently your desires have changed. You now desire to be respected and honored, male or female, by the people you interact with. You are no longer letting people take advantage of you or use you. Whether this was borrowing money from you, people moving in with you, maybe everyone want to come to your house and treat it like it was a flop house, raid your refrigerator. And when you leave, you're like, wait a minute, I just went grocery shopping. Where's the food? That kind of energy, there's no more of that. People have to call before they come. They have to announce themselves. It's about respect. So it's no longer a one-way street. And there are some people that don't like it, but Spirit is saying it's okay because this is positive energy. You should set boundaries, and also I'm picking up that possibly in the past, when you were, naive or too nice to these people who didn't deserve or respect you, this could have interfered with your romantic life or someone you were dating. This is for someone, not for everybody, but take what resonates. Possibly you were dating someone who used to wonder, like, How come every time I go over, my man house and my girl house, all these people are there? Or how come so and so coming so early in the morning? Wait a minute, I want to hold my boo for a minute. It's 7 a.m. It's the weekend. We off today. Wait, we don't want no company yet. Did they call before they come? And who is that? Who is that down there washing clothes? It's 12. There was a lot going on in your household. And with you were always busy or occupied, and this could have interfered when it came to your love life or your romantic life. So no more of that. Whoever you are dating, and whether you're married, engaged, no more interruptions. If it's the weekend and you and your boo want to chill, walk around in your birthday suit, you can do that. No more allowing people to lounge on the couch or just pop up at 3 in the morning with their issues. And yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Someone was treating your home like a flop house. Just everybody just pulling up, doing what they want, having their way. It was just too much going on. Okay, so yeah, this new you here, with the Two of Wands here, there's nothing but action taking place right now. Grown folks' business, but this is positive action, okay? I'm also picking up on someone decluttering their home, okay? Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm setting some boundaries, but I'm also about to have a home makeover. So I see someone like decluttering and very nice, cleaning, making things smell good. You're throwing out a lot of things. Okay, I see someone like stacking stuff on the curb. No one's getting evicted, but you're like throwing away stuff you don't want. Okay, maybe you're upgrading your appliances, maybe you're upgrading, your sofa, things like that. So, yeah, beautiful. You're really shifting the energy, okay? Really shifting the energy with the Page of Pentacles here. Very determined to, open yourself to those new opportunities. And this is the exact way how you do it. We started off the reading with you taking accountability and acknowledging the mistakes that you made. Because the only way we can make corrections in our life, collective, is to acknowledge and take accountability for the mistakes that we made. And when we take accountability and acknowledge it, it doesn't have to be to the face of another person. That's between you and the divine. That's between you and God, period, point blank, period. And you have took acknowledgement of the mistakes in the era of your ways, and you're making those changes, okay? You could also be someone who maybe used to turn up and have a great time. Maybe you were someone who used to smoke or something. Maybe you no longer smoke, because I hear somebody saying, no more smoking in my house, okay? Maybe you allow people to smoke and you didn't smoke, something like that I'm picking up. You realize that it's in your furniture. Okay, well, you must be the person that's throwing stuff out. You realize that the smoke damaged your furniture, or the smell, the aroma. Yeah, and you're like, why should I leave myself open to secondhand smoking? I don't even smoke. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So, yeah, this is wonderful. Okay. And you could be a parental figure. You may have children. You may not have children. So, you're also being a good example for your children. You're showing them how to, go through a transformation and also take accountability. If they are there with you, a lot of people don't think about, I'm not going to say all, but don't think about when we go through things as adults. If you are a parent, your child goes through that with you. And I want to say, even from the womb, if if you are a female especially, but male figures as well, your child goes through everything that you go through, the ups, the downs, the turnarounds, when you're feeling anxiety, when you're stressed out, when you're overwhelmed. That's why it's very important, and I inspire to upliftment and hanging in there and trying to see the cup half full, no matter who you are or where you come from. Wake up with gratitude. And I inspire that, because if you have children at home, they're going to feel what you're going through. Don't think because you have a whispering conversation that they don't hear that you're, frustrated or stressing out over something that may be going on. Children feel that, even from the womb. I believe that as long as they're there, they feel it and they go through it too, and it impacts them as well. Okay, even if they've never told you it impacts them, it affects their life and their nervous system as well. So with the Death card here, this is representing the transformation in the upright. You or someone around you could have Scorpio placement in your chart, but either way, this is about a transformation taking place a change here. And as you see the flames, let me point this out, around the flames around, burning off and releasing what no longer serves her anymore, male or female. Okay. Releasing and surrendering what no longer serves you is the best thing you could have ever done. So this is a wonderful read. You are being very brave and courageous, and yeah, because I'm seeing someone taking action. This is not you sitting and talking about what you're going to do. You're actually decluttering, cleaning your house. You're actually not allowing anyone to just pull up to your house or your apartment and banging on the door different times unannounced. No, 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 no. There is no coming, no more, coming to eat up all your food and let me wash my clothes over here, and can you babysit for me? No more treating your home like it's a flop house. Your home is a portal, and just as well as you are a portal, you are your own altar. It's a sacred space and place, and your home should be where there's peace, some kind of peace, and some form of serenity. We're not going to talk about percentage, but some form of peace. You should be able to turn the key and go to your home and put your feet up and just simply say, oh, thank you. If nothing else, oh, thank you. Let me have a glass of water. Oh, glad that's done. You should be able to exhale. It should not be frustration, or if you're dating, or maybe you're married. You could be someone who's has a spouse, a live-in spouse, married or not. And you should be able to have privacy with your mate. You shouldn't have be so open and allow everyone to come and intercept your personal sacred ground, which is your home, where you eat, where you consume and feel and nourish your body, mind, and spirit, and you feed your children and your family. It's very important. And I'm not just saying these words. This is just the message. This is how I feel. Yes, I'm in agreement with this channeled message, but it is so true. It should be decluttered. It should be clean. It should be order. It should be serene. Yes, I'll use the word serene. It's very important. Your home is where you rest. It's where you consume a lot of energy. It's where you spend time. It's where your family spend time. It's a sacred place that is yours. So you have to be mindful of who you are allowing into your home. That's very important. Everyone should not have access. And it's not because you're hiding something. It's because everyone does not deserve access, to where you and yours, call your sacred place. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. We can't be out here all willy-nilly. Okay, we can't. And maybe these boundaries that I'm mentioning, maybe I'm encouraging someone. Maybe these things have crossed your mind, but maybe you're clashing possibly with your spouse or someone. And if you're clashing with your spouse regarding protecting your home and being mindful of who you allow in your home, even if ooh, give me a minute. Even if you're someone, you like people to pull up and hit, smoke with you, drink with you, well, you're going to have to set a budget to where, you're able to maintain your own vices. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You're going to have to set in your budget to where you don't need everybody to come up and buy you a beer or pay for you a smoke. You're going to have to put it in a budget where you can maintain your own vices. And that way you're not letting everybody into your home. You're not leaving yourself open all willy-nilly. Okay. Everyone does not need to know the blueprint of your life. Everyone does not need to know what the inside of your home look like. I'm going to say that. And it's not because you're hiding anything, but everyone does not deserve access. Every set of eyeballs or every smile that you see does not deserve entry into your circumference. Okay? They just don't. And you have to love yourself that much and protect your energy that much where you can receive this message like butter on a roll, baby. Butter on a roll. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, the Seven of Cups here, this represents options. You want to give yourself options and opportunity to live a life of peace, to live a life of safety and harmony. You want to have harmony in your home. And all these things that I am naming, whether you believe in them or not, whether you practice them or not, it truly matters. Now, I'm not saying don't let nobody in your home. Be mindful of the company that you keep. There are people who have energy attachments on them, and they may be aware and they may not be aware. But you can't allow any and everyone through your portal. You can't give them access. You will notice a difference, the cat acting up, the dog acting up, the fish ain't swimming right, and you get that eerie feeling like, what's going on now? You know, I know I just washed my hair and I shampooed the rug. I did the laundry. What's going on? I paid all the bills. Then you start saying something in the air just ain't right. You let the wrong person into your home, baby. The wrong person into your home. And you don't know who's dealing with who. And this is not a message to project any negative energy, because we don't operate out of fear over here. Those are, false evidence appearing real, and it doesn't exist. Okay. So it's just the truth. Energetically speaking, energy is not destroyed. It simply travels from one person, place, or thing into another. So you can play with your energy, play with your life if you want to. You have free will. But the things I just named, people be going through stuff. Oh, I got a headache. I don't know why I got these headaches. So and so got a runny nose and I just can't get rid of it. It's because you out here all willy nilly, baby. You willy nilly. You want to smoke with everybody, drink with everybody, letting everybody, you really don't need everybody in your home like that, and especially if you're in a relationship, your spouse should be in agreement with that. Okay. Maybe I'm judging. Okay. Your spouse should really be in agreement. Like, yeah, certain people can come through, but everybody can't come through, baby. You both should really see eye to eye on that. Those who get it, get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But as you move forward, and you really begin to blossom and grow and pull your petals back like the beautiful flower that you are, you will learn the importance of what is valuable and what's important in your life. And those things that I'm naming will make sense. If they don't make sense to you now, they will one day, and hopefully that day you'll remember this read. The next card we have is the Queen of Cups. So this is intuition. So, do not disregard your intuition. If you get a little twitch on the nose, or you get a sensation when a certain person is around you, Spirit is saying for you to follow that. As you make these changes in your life of progress, you don't have to be in fear. You don't have to be full of anxiety, but follow the notions that you get. Do not disregard them. Okay. Yep. Follow the inner niggle and the inner wiggle. Okay. And so we have the Nine of Cups here. And so this is abundance, this is good luck, and this is happiness. So with all the changes that you are making, this is why Spirit is channeling for me to tell you about protecting your energy in your home. So with all these changes that you are making, prosperity, opportunity is coming, if it's not already there, but increasing happiness as well. So basically, this reading is just being vocal about how will you protect this new energy, this new you, this new energy, these new opportunities, prosperity, finances, I can go down the list. Of course, you're going to purchase some valuable things. Of course, you're going to maybe change your wardrobe. You may want to change your car. Hell, you may want to even change your house. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. A new career. With this new energy, there's a lot of good changes coming your way, and it's taking a domino effect. So Spirit is just saying, this read is saying, you're on the right path. And the divine is saying, we support you, but we want you to also consider for you to keep that same energy. How are you going to protect your energy? Are you aware that you must keep this momentum going? And it doesn't have to be out of fear or anger or resentment, just being stern on the rules and boundaries that you are setting, just not wavering from them. A good example, if you tell people, make sure, if you come by my house, call me first, stick to that. Don't allow anyone to force you to waver from that. If you come by, sure, you can come by, just make sure you call me first so I know you coming. Don't ever come unannounced. If you stick to that, then everyone that deals with you will know to call you first and get permission. It's just respect. Okay, so yeah. Rules and policies are created in law so that we'll have order. They are necessary and they are needed. Yeah. There was a time when I used to say, no, rules ain't needed. There was a time I used to talk like that. I get it, but no, they're necessary and they are so needed. You need rules, you need laws, you need policies. Everybody needs them. Why not? Why not? Okay. Yeah, so stick to it. Don't allow no one to make you change. Someone may be dating someone. You may start dating someone new. They may try to get you to adjust. Don't allow that either. Just because you are attracted to someone, for you to, any men are watching me, this could be male or female energy. Just because you're dating someone and you're attracted to them, maybe you've decided to allow them to be in your life. They're going to be your main one or whatever. It doesn't mean that you have to change who you are or allow them to make you drop your guards down or your boundaries, for what you like and what you agree. You can enforce with whomever you're dating. This is for somebody specific. No, I'm not changing. These are my rules and I'm not changing, and just leave it like that. If they don't like it, then they can kick rocks. But if it is what it is, if they feel, they care about you like you care about them, because we already said, you're not dealing with anyone that isn't giving reciprocity. If there isn't an equal give and take, if they're not loving just as much as you're loving, you're not dealing with them anyway. So if they're for you, they will be there. That's for someone who is dating. Okay. If you're not dating this person yet, you will be soon dating this person that you're going to fall for, meaning there's going to be a lot of like-minded energy. You will enjoy each other. And I'm not just talking about a sexual encounter. I'm speaking of even outside of the bedroom, enjoying spending time with each other, talking to each other, whether it's over the phone, over the internet, or in person, just enjoying the presence and energy of each other. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I need to, they don't like that rule, I need to change that because this new person I'm dating, they want their cousins to come. No, 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 no. You have to protect your energy, honor yourself, and always practice self preservation. Because if you're dating this person, number one, they're not the head of your household. You are. You're just dating them. You could be dating them now and not dating them next week, and you've been and let all their cousins come through into your crib and lounge, and you get the gist. So, Spirit is saying, be careful with that. Don't feel because you're dating someone. It's not that they're your husband or your wife. You're just dating them. They could be gone tomorrow, okay, and switch up on you. Don't allow them to force you or encourage you to not set boundaries or to go back into your old ways of being open or being naive or gullible. Okay, it's some kind of energy here about you meeting someone that you're going to like, male or female. This person, you have a beautiful home too. Whoever you are is very beautiful. It's so beautiful. This person wants to show your home off to their friends. Okay, that's cute, but it's not theirs. It's not theirs really to show off. But people do that. They get with people who have things that they want. Instead of them working for their own, they want to attach to it and claim it. But anywho, it's something about you meeting someone you like. You're head over heels for each other, and this person tries to sway you to bend your rules. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. You don't need his family or nobody to come through and lounge around your house or your crib just because you're dating them. Don't be so anxious. Be careful, collective. Don't be so anxious and be so quick to think this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. Remember, you're just dating them. And so if you choose to bend the rules and go back into your past ways of, what you have told your own family and friends, you're not even allowing your family and friends to do these things. I know you ain't gonna let a new ninja, male or female, a new ninja come in karate kicking. Like, wait, I don't even allow my people to karate kick. I know you're not about to come karate kick over here. Uh-uh. Hiya. No, 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 no. So be mindful of that. That's coming through very strong for someone. So you could be dating this person now and you feeling each other like that. But you have a beautiful home, whomever you are. Like I said, I see somebody decluttering and buying new things. This person likes what they see, and there's nothing wrong with admiring something nice. But this person want to claim your stuff. They want to show it off to their people and claim your stuff. Like, yeah, I got one. The nerve. That's funny. I could go on and on. I'm gonna go ahead because I will keep going. I will just keep going. Ooh, so the King of Pentacles. you know, you are, in your leadership energy here, and very determined energy once again. Very determination. A lot of determination. I on the front with somebody else's stuff. That's hilarious. Oh, don't loan your vehicle out either. That's don't loan your car out. Let people find their own way in life, collective. That's for somebody. Okay. Let people grow up and find their own way. It is not your responsibility. People have to manage and grow up and find their own way and get their own thing popping. Do not allow no one to come into your life and claim that they're interested in you romantically and they're really trying to cipher who you are, really trying to like claim all that you didn't work hard for, and they're with you for image. Be careful of that. It's coming through so strong and it won't leave. So that means somebody needs to notice. And people don't like to hear the truth, especially when they think they're in love, okay, because they had some fleeting moments. Yeah, with practice it makes perfect. You become good when you practice, okay? So you be good at giving fleeting moments. It's no big deal. But either way, be mindful of this person attaching to you with false intentions. Yeah, because I keep hearing that. Yeah, your house is beautiful. Your house is beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So yes, the Seven of Swords. Protection. That's what this reading is saying, for you to protect your energy, protect your peace, protect everything you ever work for. My opinion, really, if you're dating, don't bring none of them ninjas to your house. Meet them have them pick you up from a family member house or something. Don't let none of them ninjas come to your crib. For real. Because people be on some other stuff, and I'm picking up somebody want to try to, what is this, clout chasing? What do you call this? Jocking somebody? That's an old word. They want to jock you for what you have. You got it going on, collective. Whoever you are, you're very handsome, beautiful. You know how to maintain. Your home looks nice, and they want to claim what you have. They want to claim it. They're very thirsty because I'm thirsty over here killing this agua. Look, they're very thirsty, and you're like a snack. Your lifestyle's like a snack. And whoever you are, you like to decorate. You like nice things, male or female. You like nice things, okay? With the Nine of Wands. But see, you've persevered. You've been through a lot. This is determination right here, too. Determination, yeah. With the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, they both represent being determined. So you're very determined because you've worked hard to get here. And Spirit is just saying, do not let anyone come and ruin this, okay? So take what resonates, okay? If you are dating someone, this doesn't mean for you to be leery and not date. No, live your life and have fun, but be mindful. Don't let everyone into your home. And be mindful of someone fronting like they're into you, and next thing you know, they want their cousins and them to come through. I not. Be mindful of this energy because this person is straight pump faking. Mm-mm. Talking about they done found them one. Be mindful of rushing, letting people move in with you. It's somebody's thirsty. And when I say thirsty, they looking at you like a meal ticket because you have your own. This person could be looking for a place to stay. They could come be very handsome or beautiful, be very neat in their appearance. They are a charmer. This is what they do. Be careful with this. Or as you are having your breakthrough and your awakening of not allowing people close to you, family, friends, ex-lovers we talked about earlier. Do not, if you are dating, be mindful. You can date, but don't bring these ninjas to your house. Have them pick you up from your uncle house. The tall one, the big buff one. Real tall. Male or female, have them. You need to set boundaries. Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what the economy is doing. There's always a portion of people out here who really do things like this as a career. They go around looking for people. They used to say it. Okay, I ain't gonna say that. But they go around looking for people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As if you have a wanted sign or something. Mm-mm. You've worked too hard. You've come too far. You done throw out all your old furniture. You got fresh furniture. They want to come flatten your cushions. They want to sit down and not get up and fluff the pillow. Don't allow this. Don't allow this. I don't care if you do got a warranty. Don't allow this. They would not come and F up the smell of the Febreze. Sit on your throne like the leader that you are. They want to come with the smell of their feet in your carpet. Somebody, somebody thirsty, dog. Ooh-wee. Whew. Mm. They just think they a little smarty pants too. Yeah, I got one. Hey, babe, you mind if my people come through? Hell yeah. Yes, I mind. You know what? You get out. You gotta go. I gotta go to work in the morning. Folks be trying it. Folks be trying it. I mean, I just, ugh. Woo. Don't let nobody come with no overnight bag. Mm-mm. Don't be letting them leave stuff at your house. That's all intentional. Naivety. Sensitivity. Do not allow anyone to take you back to this energy. This is coming through so strong. They won't even let me go forward. It's somebody that's going through this. It's going down right now or it's about to. Yeah. 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 Don't be pressed. Come on, say it. Don't be pressed. You have peace. You have a beautiful home. You have a lot going on for you. And the prosperity that I mentioned, that can be stagnated. If you go back into this energy after having this breakthrough and taking accountability for the mistakes you made, don't think that and people be wondering why stuff start dismantling in their life. If you go back into your old karmic ways, basically you're showing the universe, you're showing source that you have not learned the lesson. You're sending out the signal and magnetizing more people to come towards you to use you again because you're sending out that I'm still naive. I still haven't learned the lesson. I said that I wanted equal give and take, but I haven't learned the lesson. So if you choose to meet someone new and they take you into this old pattern of allowing people to take advantage of you allowing it, it's going to create self-inflicted stagnation in your life, collective. So be careful. I say that a lot because it's true. Don't think that, I stopped the people from my past doing it, but this new person doing it, everything going, no. Things will slow down and stop. And what I just tell you, you can't let everybody in your home. The dog start acting funny, the cat acting funny, the cat don't like catnip no more, the energy be different. You wake up with a headache, I don't know, you can't go to the bathroom. You hit your pinky toe on the bed in the morning. If you allow a new person with that old energy to come into your life and make you drop your boundaries, you are only going to backpedal in all the work that you have put in on yourself with the Nine of Wands here and the Seven of Swords saying that you have to protect yourself. You come out of that. You persevere. The Nine of Wands is also persevering after going through hardships in any area of your life. The moon energy, you've waited many moons. It's been a long time. So why go backwards? You will be tested as well, collective. We all will be tested to see, have you learned a lesson. If you leave someone who was, maybe toxic, that same toxic energy could possibly, not always, pop up, in a different, with a different body, a different face, with the same energy. Sometimes, not all the times, but spirit wants to know, and the ancestors wants to know, have you learned the lesson? Have you got it yet? Are they really ready to move forward? Are they ready for these blessings? Are they ready for these opportunities? They praying, they manifesting, talking about what they want, they visualizing, they're doing the work. But wait a minute, let's send a test in there. Let's see if they fall for it. And so I've been speaking a lot lately, which I didn't know I was going to speak about it, but I surprised myself as well. About celibacy and abstinence. For men and women. Have you learned the lesson? You have to get to the point where you get to mastering your lower regions, your gonads, where you get to master yourself, and you're not allowing your sexuality energy to rule and dictate your life of what moves you make, to the point where you're allowing the wrong people into your life because, oh, it's Friday night. Oh, I'm buzzing. Oh, ain't nothing else to do. And all this time, every time that you're allowing and you're giving yourself these excuses, you're constantly inflicting stagnation onto yourself. You're not passing the test, but you're failing the test, because these are the same people, different people with the same energy from your past. Not all the time, but a lot of times. So be careful. This doesn't mean don't date, don't live your life, but be careful with that. Don't think, it's going to happen because I'm not dealing with them from 5 years ago, or I'm not dealing with so and so. I didn't get rid of. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You have to keep that same energy, that same momentum. You have to keep that going, collective. So be careful, because there's a thirsty energy out here lurking. They may be already in your life. They might be watching this video with you. Oops, I said that. It just be coming out. I know, I'll be surprising me too. I surprise myself every day. It is what it is. It is what it is. Be careful. Unfortunately, we live in a world, and no, it's not fair. We do live in a world where there are just people who just thrive off of being an opportunist. Opportunist, yeah, opportunists. They go around hunting, looking for someone that will buy their game, who will fall for their gimmicks, their tricks, but be careful, collective. Be careful, because just when your world is about to change, that's when the biggest tests come. You can ask anybody this one, and they will agree with you. Yep, you know what? And they'll get to telling you their story of how their world was changing and they were tested. Many of us have stories. Many of us. Okay, so just be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful, collective. You know, we just have to be careful. You don't have to be afraid, but we just have to be careful. Have to be careful, and we have to just be honest with ourselves. If you meet someone and something ain't right, and you keep saying to yourself, "Dang, something ain't right, but I don't know what it is," go with that. That is your confirmation, and that is your intuition right there. That's all you need. You don't need to for them to stick around. Oh, I'm gonna go out one more time. Oh, I'm gonna wait till they call me. No, 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 no. That the fact that you're saying something ain't right, but I don't know what it is, that's your answer. Something isn't right, and you need to separate from it and never return. So don't disregard your intuition, what spirit is trying to convey to you. Okay? Don't disregard it. Because it's time for you to be in the energy of resting and rejuvenating, enjoying all this beautiful work you've done on yourself, male or female. You could be a guy as well. This is not just feminine energy who have done a lot of work on yourself, a lot of healing, a lot of forgiving, and not allowing people to come and treat your house like the Playboy Mansion or you're no longer allowing that into your life. You want to make some changes, and it's nothing wrong with that. But that thing about change, there are people who will try to test you. They're going to try to test your pimping, but spirit wants you to rest. It's time for you to rest and rejuvenate and enjoy the peace that you have. The peace that you have worked for, collective, you need to enjoy it. You have peace in your home, you need to enjoy it. You know, you're able to have a nice dinner and listen to some nice music without a bunch of friction and people talking about you got one more piece, you got some hot sauce up there, you ain't put no salt on this, complaining about something, a free plate you gave them type ish. Yeah, it's time for you to enjoy. Enjoy. You don't owe anyone anything. It's okay to help. It's okay to be of assistance to people, but to let people take advantage of you constantly and never stop it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's time to stop it. The wheel of fortune is here, but you can only oil this wheel and have access to this if you keep this thirsty energy out of your life. So anyone whose actions isn't matching their words, if their actions isn't matching their words, if your spirit is telling you something ain't right, I don't know what it is, that's enough right there. You don't need to constantly interact or entangle with that person. You don't need to go on one more date to see something. You don't need to say, oh, wait till they call, I'm going to ask this, ask that. You don't need to do all that plan back and forth. Trust your intuition. We trust so many people, places, and things outside of us. Trust yourself. Trust that inner niggle, inner wiggle. Trust your spirit guides. Trust the divine. When they're sending you confirmation, there is no coincidences. That thing that you saying just ain't right for you two guys about that female or male, whatever your preference is. Go with that. Go with that. So later on down the line, you won't be saying, I knew it. I knew it. I knew something was right, but I just kept on. Dang. Type ish. You know what I'm saying? I knew something wasn't right, but I just kept on messing with them. You don't want to be entangled in something that you can avoid. Trust it. And even if you're attracted to them or whatever, there are a lot of people in the world. There are a lot of fish in the sea, a lot of beautiful people, handsome, sexy, beautiful, good in the bedroom, outside the bedroom, whatever you're looking for. Big feet, big hands, long hair, whatever, nice lace front, whatever your preference is, all are welcome on this channel. There are a lot of beautiful people in this world. So just as many dark, negative, toxic folks you come across, there's 3 to 10 times as many beautiful people that are in the world waiting to cross your path, waiting to meet your acquaintance. But you have to make sure that you're constantly doing the work of identifying and removing yourself. And when I say identifying, you don't have to check nobody. Are you this? You don't have to be confrontational. You just recognize what it is and just do the moonwalk. Recognize what it is and then just do the moonwalk. That means you getting away from it, removing yourself from the equation, leaving them with themselves. Okay? Yeah, so just be mindful. This concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.